Welcome to this video. Thank you so much for tuning in, sharing in this now moment with myself and with one another. If you haven't seen these videos before, welcome. Welcome back if you have. My intention is unity and oneness and the highest levels of love light. I had a few free moments here in between sessions, and I just wanted to kind of pop on and do a little energy. Do I want to do an energy update? I think I just want to go into flow. Woo! So I'll just share, let's go into flow and I'll do an energy update in the next video because the energies are so wacky. I'm really struggling putting it into words. As you guys know, if you've watched these videos before, I don't have a problem sharing words usually. So let's see where we're guided to go. So this is meant to be felt, not necessarily understood on a linear basis. So as we slip into this new destiny, we might call it a new destination, we may find that our destinies feel shifty, changing in the middle of a shift. For that is exactly what is happening. And we play with the word destiny for a moment. For in this particular transmission, destiny is meant to be more of a destination than necessarily a placement that is meant to be. For we are each in the process of finding a new meaning of our reality, meaning to our reality, a new dimensionality, a new dimension to our reality. And so therefore this idea around our destiny is taking a turn, if you will, and many of us are feeling turned around and having difficulty finding our direction now that our navigation seems topsy-turvy. Everything seems topsy-turvy for many of us right now, for we are in the process of spinning. And the spinning is creating a signal, and the spinning is creating a sound, and this is a sound bite or a sound loop, we might call it. And we are playing with this for just a moment. For in this particular transmission, the signal that we are offering is an ability to see more clearly into the resonance and harmony of being present with the state of presence and allowing ourselves to unwrap and unfold the presents that are showing up for us while we hold the state of harmony or presence. We play with these words for a moment because our destination, or that which we felt we were on track towards, has shifted for many of us. And this can make us feel out of sorts because we are not following a particular order any longer, nor are we necessarily headed to the same destination moment to moment. We may be headed towards the same end note, if you will, yet the notes along the way, I'm seeing post-it notes being stuck everywhere, are reminding us to stay centered. And how do we do that in a topsy-turvy configuration, configure 8, infinite symbol? How do we stay centered when we're not sure exactly where we are going? For our navigation or Google Maps is taking us in many different directions right now than we had previously anticipated. And we invite you to have a positive outlook or anticipation around, or expectation around, what is available to us on this new path or this new destination. For riding along with us concurrently, plan words, riding along with us are our guides or passengers that are, I'm hearing shotgun, like sitting next to us. And they are also along for the ride. So do not be afraid to ask them to hop in, to recognize that they are already on board, or to recognize that all we need to do is go within, in order to access the deeper parts of ourselves that help us, I'm hearing all aboard, that help us find our new tracks and lay new tracks and allow ourselves to get out of our one track mind that isn't necessarily allowing for the other musical harmonies to sink in. That's a play on words. I'm seeing, like, let's say, and I'm not a musician at all, but let's say we're playing a track or we're recording music, and I'm being shown laying a track, and then you put all of the other sounds on top of it to give it more depth or to give it more harmony or to add a beat that wasn't there before. And so what I'm kind of seeing is that this harmony or beat, it's almost like there's more layers than just the one track that have now been added. So it doesn't mean that we're not going the same place, but we might have, you know, when you add more destinations on Google Maps or on whatever you use for navigation, it's like, oh, we're going to stop here now. We're going to stop here now. Oh, we're going to check this out on the way. So we're not making that one track. There's actually other stuff that's kind of being added to our travel time, is what I'm hearing. And that's even a play on words, because some of us think that this is going to slow us down, or many of us feel as if we are, okay, I'm seeing two different ends of the spectrum. Some people feel like there's so much that's been added to their reality or they're added to their plate that they feel spun out. And I'm seeing plates, platelets, plates, DJ discs. I'm seeing plates that hold food. I'm seeing a spin, a circle, a plate, lots of word plays on words there. But I'm hearing eat up. And don't worry that there's not enough to go around. And if you feel like things have gotten, your plate is too full, I'm hearing the cup runneth over, don't be afraid to share. So that's a play on words too. Talk about it. Share your experience. Talk with those who may need a little extra support as well. And by you sharing what you're overwhelmed with, they might go, wow, I'm feeling the same way. Simultaneously, we're also recognizing that our plate runneth over. So it means that we have a lot more available to us than what we had before. And this can actually throw people off as well, because some of us have been in a state of feeling exhaustion, and now we have this extreme energy running through our veins, and we're like, what do I do with all of this? I can't sleep. I can't stop. I've got to go. But we're so scattered that we're not able to maintain our energy or maintain coherence. So what I'm seeing is finding new, and that's the play on words with the new destination. So some of these pit stops, are you guys feeling what I'm putting down? I know I'm a little bit wordplay here, but some of these pit stops have been added on to our destination on our road trip, are actually giving us an opportunity to drop things off along the way, or an opportunity for us to let go of some of the baggage or pick things up along the way. Like, we might put a pit stop, let's say our destination is the mountains and our pit stop is, I don't know, REI or whatever store has hiking gear. So we're able to then on our way to pick up the hiking gear, because we need a new pair of shoes, we're going to go to drop things off and donate them to charity. I'm using this as an example. Let me just go into this a little deeper. I've seen this picture, and if we want to pretend for a moment that spirit or our guides are giving us these gifts, okay, our galactics, our angelics, whatever we want to label it as, our higher selves, and they're adding all of this stuff on top, but they're helping us to organize it as well. If we can be open to the possibilities that this is turning into more of an adventure than we thought, which means we're having more of an adventure in this than just the one track. We're having more opportunity for adventure. We're having more opportunity for interactions with other soul family that, had we have not added those pit stops, we wouldn't have, if that makes sense. So this is a multi-layered message to stay open to the possibilities of staying open to the possibilities that more is accessible and available to us. I did I'm going to end on this note. I've got about a few more minutes. I did a video with my dear friend and sister Candace the other day, and one of the topics, I've got something, I don't know where that noise is coming from. Is it my car? Anyways, one of the topics that's been coming up is we're on a new road. We've got a new vehicle that we're driving. Everything's different, even though we don't realize that we've changed the roads. We don't realize that our vehicles are different. It's like a dream where you get into your car in your dream and you're like, this isn't my car. It's like, what's that song, Talking Heads? That's not my beautiful wife. That's not my car. That's not my house. But it is. Everything feels a little wonky right now. So we're really being called to just be open to the possibilities that maybe things are more available to us than we realize. Maybe there is more abundance than we thought there was. Maybe it's time to let go of some of the things or share more of our own abundance with others. And just being open to all of these different things that are presenting themselves to us, and not necessarily be closed-minded to them. And I know that seems like a very basic message, but part of the reason I'm sharing this is we've entered like this whole new dimension. And when I say dimension, as I was thinking about this yesterday, for me, dimension is space. It's got actually it's something that you measure. And if I play with this, we have this tendency to think dimensions are layers, like 4D, 5D, 6D, all of that. But what is that really? Well, it's a place, or it has a size. It has a certain amount of people within it. It's got a certain energy within it. It's got certain things that are playing out within these dimensions. And therefore, they're the dimensions, or the scale. They're the harmony. They're the layers, right? They're the containers. And some of these higher dimensions, they just hold more. They're bigger. They're bigger dimensions because we expand more into them. And there's so much I could go with that. And maybe I'll play with that on another video at another time. The biggest thing I'm hearing right now is to stay open, stay in your heart, stay in coherence, stay in your lane, but recognize that your lane is merging with a lot of other traffic right now. And we have to stay focused in order to see what's in front of us. And what's in front of us may not look like we thought it would, but it's in front of us. So we have to take the proper protocol to not crash, to have a safe merge, to honor our fellow brothers and sisters on this highway that we're all traveling on at a very high speed, at a very high rate of change. And we're all navigating this in the best way that we can, because we may not realize it, but it's not anything we've ever navigated before. So we're all learning together, whether we recognize it or not. And as we know, some people learn more gracefully than others. And for those of us who are recognizing what's going on, sometimes it can feel heavy because we take on that responsibility, like I have to be the one to make sure, that this is done this way. And that is an old way of looking at things. the new way of looking at things from another perspective is just being in that state of present awareness and saying, all right, here I am. All right, I'm showing up. I'm merging with this traffic. I'm going to do my best to follow the rules of humanity, not the rules of the road, because the road is not a road I'm used to driving on or anybody else is used to driving on. There is no map for this from my perspective. So therefore, we're making the map as we go. And we can only make a map based on what we're able to see, feel, and interpret within our reality. And if we're busy telling everybody else how to drive, we're going to miss what's right in front of us to show us that, hey, that isn't necessarily the fastest way to go or the most expansive way to go or so on and so forth, because all the rules of the road are shifting moment to moment to moment. So I looked at this the other day because there were some detours I had to take, and I was like, well, as long as I stay and I pay attention, I stay in my lane and I pay attention and I follow the rules to the best of my ability, and the same rules, use your turn signal, it's be courteous, grace. It's being courteous and letting someone know, I'm not sure where I'm going, but I'm going to use my turn signal to let you know this is what I'd like to do. I'm going to merge. And I'm not sure if I'm going to stay in that lane, but I'm going to do it with care. And I'm not going to be, just plow and move everyone out of the way because I have somewhere to be. And therefore, my destination is more important than the person next to me. If we were all more courteous drivers, then we would all, there wouldn't be any car accidents. We'd be present with ourselves and each other. And this is kind of the message that I'm getting. It's like, don't get derailed by someone else's problems and not getting derailed by these old, what I'm hearing are voices of authority that are not necessarily the experts anymore. And that doesn't make us the experts now either. It means we are all learning together. So, in love and light, guys, have fun out on those new roads with these new blueprints and new maps. And we are the map makers. We are the explorers. And we're, again, navigating this together. Some of us have a little bit better of an idea than others where we're going or where we've been. But that, again, it's up to us to share in a positive and coherent way in the energy that we're all sharing in. Share the road. Okay, in love and light, guys. Namaste. Thanks for playing in this beautiful energy with me. In love and light.